Over 13.8 billion years ago, we didn't exist. In fact, nothing did. No sound, no space, nothing. And in the blink of an eye, nothing became something. This change and the changes that happened after are what this video will bring to you, starting off, well, at the start. Now, contrary to popular belief, the Big Bang doesn't actually explain what caused our universe, only what happened after, so we can only imagine what happened beforehand. One of the many working theories is that we were what's known as a singularity, an infinitely small space of an infinite density that then collapsed and burst everywhere. Now, what happened after this? The universe began to expand, and all the raw energy was able to move relatively freely. But everything was still small, and cramming everything in the universe to a very small point made the temperature shoot up. Now, this number is an estimate because we can't really track the exact temperatures, but scientists reckon it could be about 1 quadrillion degrees Celsius at the side of the universe. Then, afterwards, the universe slowly began to expand and eventually cool. At this point, there was light racing around, and particles bumping everywhere. But eventually it cooled down, and these light particles were able to escape and run the universe mass-free. This is known as the cosmic microwave background, and the point where all these light particles were able to escape is called the last scattering. So, we have a somewhat cooled universe. It isn't just a hot mess anymore. Slowly but surely, particles cool and they can join together to form the first atoms. These consist of hydrogen, helium, and some sources say a little lithium. This was the first sign of matter, and at this point we go into a period of mass expansion in our universe called inflation. Inflation is a highly debated topic and doesn't really have an answer, but I will just explain what it is. After matter began to form, the universe got bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's basically it. Eventually, loose clouds of these particles began to join, and the pressure created the first stars of our universe, which created newer elements before dying with passion in supernovas to spit out more elements. Then these elements were used to make new elements. This repeated for a while, to say the least, and this plethora of elements enabled small rocky bits in space to form, and we know these as planets. Now, I'm sorry to say, but I have to finish here. I will make another part because I still have quite a bit to talk about, but remember, it is so much more complex than what I'm saying here. There's millions of factors, exceptions, and smaller ways to look at it. But if you enjoyed, then subscribe, as I will have the next part up relatively soon. When it is, I'll put a link in this video's comments.